Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, you grow hard out what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause of sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, you grow hard out what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
I can't hear you. Are you muted? Hi, JJ. Can you not hear me?
Hello?
Hi, I can hear you now.
Freaking now? Come on, man.
How many months?
I don't know. The thing is, I hit the unmute, and the top thing on the left, it was like it had the no mute thing, but then it wasn't doing the green bar. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I am so excited for this episode. I've got surprises in store for you, Deacon, and dear listeners, you are not going to want to miss this one. I have been cooking up some. Look, let's make no mistake what this show is about, ladies and gentlemen. I love you all. I'm so happy you're here every morning, but I am here to make myself laugh, and that's what we're going to do. I mean, you're not going to want to miss this. This is going to be the best episode ever. It's Werewolf Wednesday.
I know you a little bit, and when you're this excited about something, I don't know, it could be a bad thing. For everyone.
It is possible that this episode gets us banned from you from all kinds of places. It's very possible. I don't know. It's not from Rumble. I don't think Rumble would do it to us, but there's a lot of other places where you're watching right now. It could be on Twitch, could be on Facebook, could be on Twitter. They might not take kindly to a gag. Come on, but you know what? Everybody needs to be able to take a joke in life. If you can't take a joke, you're just going to walk around butthurt.
You've got to be able to make fun of yourself and laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
That was my favorite thing in radio, like doing morning radio on like the top 40 pop AC stations, where you got Rick and Drew in the morning zoo. That was the fun thing, was making fun of yourself.
Absolutely.
You can't be too
take it.
serious
You
all the
can't.
time.
Yeah, not too much. All right. So guys watching, listening at home, in your car, wherever you're at. Manuel, I'm so glad you're here. Hello, Manuel's little girl. I don't know Manuel. Do you know Manuel's daughter's name? I don't think he's ever told us. Well, hello, young lady. We are so happy that you are here. Manuel, I hope you drop her off before the end of the show.
You've got a crazy Joker laugh today.
Oh my God. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for this. All right. But we're gonna start off easy, and I'm gonna give all of you guys time to hit the share button on this show and share it on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and make sure you share it before I get into anything that causes us to get in trouble. That way you can be like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. All right. So first of all, Deacon, good morning. How are you? Did you sleep okay? Did you work too much?
I worked about, I don't remember. It was over 12 hours yesterday, and it's easy work and it's easy money. So I'm not really complaining, other than the fact that I've been gone for, Monday we were gone and I got like 3 hours sleep. I worked like over 12 hours yesterday, and I've got a over 12-hour day today, and tomorrow an over 12-hour day, but I slept good. I went home and passed out. So I did not watch Werewolf by Night. I did not watch any TV. I actually just turned on Community with the earbud in my ears. I was going to sleep just to have noise.
Get Joel McHale to whisper sweet nothings in your ear.
That's right. That's the best way to go to sleep.
I wish I was as handsome and funny as Joel McHale.
No kidding, man.
All right. Okay. Let's start off. First of all, Deacon, I have some, and this is not a joke. I'm serious. This is tragic news. I had to break this to my wife yesterday.
Ashley told me this. I was kind of taking a 30-minute nap yesterday, and she was like, "Oh."
So
it's not devastating. I thought she was. I mean,
listen,
happened.
She's not a spring chicken, but you know what? And this is a person who was a cultural icon, and a national treasure, if you will, a national treasure to the United States, and yet I believe she was British.
Really?
But yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
No, I mean,
I don't know why.
I mean, I didn't realize that Angela Lansbury was a national icon.
Dude, Murder, She Wrote was
but
absolutely.
That was a great TV show, but is Jerry Seinfeld a national landmark or a national?
Let me tell you something. There's things that like we matter to us, and they're like, you're a guy, I'm a guy, matter to us, and like, that's there's a lot of pop culture stuff that we take in. My wife is more representative of a lot more normal people, especially women. And not only do they not care very much about movie or TVs, certainly not to the point where like me, where I'm like, oh, this scene was great. And it was, whatever. Like, not at all. Not at all.
Enough.
But there is an enormous segment of our culture, largely women, I would say, that don't consume media like,
Ashley,
maybe the average person
at all.
But even among them, things like Golden Girls or Murder, She Wrote were shows that
much like that.
Yeah. So it may not have been she may not have had a cultural touchstone to me.
Okay.
She did to have a lot of people.
Fair enough.
And,
I'll agree with that. Yeah, that's
now
fair.
I will say I have fond memories of watching Murder, She Wrote with my grandmother when I was like 10 years old. And it was every week. It was kind of the, same thing. She's in whatever Maine, and like somebody died, and then you got to figure out who it was. And,
I'm sure those shows are some of those that you could watch now, and they would be pretty decent.
My wife watched the entire series on Netflix like 2-3 years ago, like every single episode. If I wasn't home, and she doesn't watch TV, but she would be like, click, and she'd watch like a couple of Murder She Wrote in a row.
Okay, that's
So-
fair. I mean, yeah, and I mean,
right.
everybody knew who Angela Lansbury was.
Yeah.
And so yeah, okay. Ashley does the same thing. She watches movies and TV shows that I
So-
would never, ever, 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 ever watch, and she enjoys them very
So-
much. But I watch stuff that she would never, ever, ever watch.
For
either.
sure. Absolutely.
All right. Cool.
Okay. I wanted to pay respects to Angela Lansbury.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
let's see.
She was a very classy lady. And
For
she
sure.
was wasn't she the Beauty and the Beast? She was who was she? Mrs. Potts?
She was one of those Disney songs. She actually sang the song.
She was I think she was the teapot. And then remember I think she was Mrs. Potts, and then you had Chip, the little cup that was chipped, and he was the little boy.
Not intimately familiar with all of the stuff, so
you're not intimately familiar with Beauty and the Beast, JJ. You've got two little girls. What the heck? Come on, you've got to be
actually. You know, last year I tried to let them watch Beauty and the Beast, but I tried to let them watch that garbage Disney live action one. And like 3 minutes into the movie, my kids were like, this is scary, and I was like, turn it off. No, they're Frozen. Yeah, Frozen, Moana. I mean, like
the cartoon Beauty and the Beast. And if you remember the cartoon Beauty and the Beast, when it came out in the 90s, it was there's that dance scene where Beast and Belle are dancing and they kind of revolve around.
Yes.
And remember at the time when we were younger, that was
like cutting edge
deal, cutting edge technology of this spinning around and this cartoon. So that was like a big deal. Yeah, Angela Lansbury's in Beauty and the Beast. That's cool. Yeah, okay. I forgot that.
So I do want to check in on So I do want to check in on our boy John Fetterman over in Pennsylvania.
Okay, we're gonna talk some politics. Let's get the politics out of the way.
Just really quick. Like, let's see what he has to say. Let me get my right. I'm getting a little bit better at doing these screens, but not great. Okay,
I got a political story I want to mention too.
Okay, so NBC's Burns says, quote, "It wasn't clear that Fetterman was understanding our conversation when he didn't have captions his campaign required." So this is all. So as we've been covering, Fetterman is running for Senate in Pennsylvania. He's running against Mehmet Oz, aka Dr. Oz of Oprah Winfrey, legacy fame. Back in June or July, I think, Fetterman had a stroke and his brain broke, and his campaign has been denying it or playing it down or whatever. And he's had some verbal gaffes, like telling us how important the rice is during a national race, and some other things like that. But this is the first time that one of the symptoms of having a stroke can be that your part of your brain that processes auditory information is unable to discern what people are saying. They can be talking to you and you can understand the words, and yet, and let me say that, you can hear the words. It's not that you don't hear them. And you can recognize the words. It's not that you don't recognize the words. But when someone is speaking to you, though you hear and though you recognize the words, that part of your brain that assembles that into a message that you can understand, broken. Turns out that it's looking like John Fetterman has got a little bit of that. So when he's doing these debates and interviews on TV, his team puts up a screen and they have captions of whoever he's talking to. So if somebody's interviewing him on TV, the captions are being transcribed live and it's coming up on screen, and he can read it and he can read and understand a message. But if he's talking to you, to his brain, it is coming, perhaps. This is what it seems like. It seems like his brain is interpreting those words as blah, 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 and you literally just can't understand the message. So NBC's Burns is saying it's not clear that Fetterman was understanding the conversation when he was not able to look at the closed captions during the interview or during the debates. And there's even a part here that says, during NBC Nightly News broadcast, Burns also said Fetterman told them he will debate his Republican opponent, Dr. Oz, in 2 weeks, but Fetterman will make use of closed captioning during the debate like he did in the interview. So Pennsylvania
JJ,
is,
I just have a question.
Sure.
If this were Texas, would you want a politician that has suffered a stroke in office, or would you want them maybe getting better and not making decisions for your freaking state?
You know, I'm
I
gonna be
don't care
honest.
what I don't care what kind of stroke, dude. Freaking stroke. Your brain
It's
is
very obviously a
freaking
brain
crappy.
damage. It's
Yeah,
brain damage.
it's an acquired brain injury. A stroke is an acquired brain injury, and people have acquired brain injuries. And you can't do certain things when you have acquired brain injuries. I worked with people with acquired brain injuries.
Yeah.
So would you want this person making decisions for your state?
Of course not.
No,
maybe
and I'm not
maybe his brain.
I want him to get better as a human.
Sure.
Sorry this happened.
He's got some
No.
other issues too. This dude's got medical issues. In Pennsylvania, you guys, this is the best you're running. This is the best you have. This dude obviously has brain damage.
I don't think it's the. I don't know if it's the best.
This is who they're running in the Senate. This is obviously the best the Democrats
narrative
have.
that they're pushing, and this is what they're doing. And I mean, it's.
I don't know. We'll have to see, but I'm going to continue to watch because
it's interesting.
Because it's interesting to me because this is very obviously a flawed candidate. There is no doubt, and yet no effort is being made to redirect or change the running candidate. Democrats are ride or die with John Fetterman. All right. Whatever, man.
What the crap? What does this guy have pictures of you guys naked at a party or something? What's going on?
Yeah, what's he got? What's he got in his pocket? Let's see. We got one. You posted this other one in here from Fox News, so I'll bring that up and you can talk about it if you want to. Get this up.
Remember which one from Fox News?
It's gonna shock you. It's gonna absolutely shock you, I think.
The Huffington Post story.
Yeah. Oh, it's Huffington Post story about Fox News.
Yeah.
Fox News. Oh, go ahead if you want to.
If you want to, I got to fix this over here on the computer.
All right, he's doing it. He's doing work things. Okay. Fox, according to Huffington Post, which, hey, by the way, let's just check out.
Yeah, check out the fake little liberal credibility score.
87.5 out of 100. So it's
Are you okay with that?
Real.
Is that okay, YouTube? 87.5. Are you going to ban
according to NewsGuard?
According to NewsGuard.
All right. Fox News scorched for grotesque personal attack on Joe Biden. Many commenters applauded the president for being a good father.
I can't even
Stop,
hear you
guys
without laughing.
This
is a comedy article. It's so hilarious.
Did they get a quote from his daughter in here? Okay.
Ashley, is your dad a good father? I mean, how soft are his hands?
So, Fox News has been slammed for apparently trying to vilify President Joe Biden over a private voicemail message.
Goodness! So we said something bad about Joe Biden, and it's going to hurt his feelings, or it's going to make him look bad. Goodness gracious! No one's ever done that about a freaking president before. No one. You can say whatever the hell you want about whoever the hell you want, but as soon as somebody calls out a pedophile for what he is, because you think he's a good father, and we're all like doing spit takes. I did a freaking spit take, and I didn't even freaking drink anything. I'm just like, and I didn't have anything to drink. That's how freaking ridiculous this is. So if you are defending Joe Biden that he is a good father because of something that was written down, you are a sheep. Bah. You've probably got Salt Life on the back of your car, don't you? Don't you?
So
you live in Oklahoma.
So the voicemail probably this voicemail is the one that says, "It's Dad. I called to tell you I love you. I love you more than the whole world, pal. You got to get some help. I don't know what to do. I know you don't know what to do. I don't either." This is a voicemail he sent while his son was, battling that crack cocaine and smoking soap. smoking soap that he mistook for crack, and some other stuff like that. But there's another voicemail that has made the news that between
Hey,
Hunter and
I
Joe.
just like to point out something that when you
Yeah.
text something to someone like that, especially if you are in the public eye 24/7 and you text something like that to a family member that is also in the public eye and a negative outlook, it makes you look like a billion-dollar person. Okay, so why? So I just have a question. If one of my sons any of my children were struggling so bad.
Sorry, it's corrected right here on air. It was not soap he was smoking. It was Parmesan cheese.
If my son was struggling so bad like this, I'm going to talk to him in person instead of trying to make a media. I'm just saying it could. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying he did. I'm saying it could. All right. He's not
Okay.
a good. He might be. Who am I to judge what a good father is? I'm just trying to be the best dad.
Right. All right. You know what? We're not going to do Hunter today. But there's going to come a time where we're going to do Hunter. But we're not going to do Hunter today. I'm going to drop this other story. We'll forget about it. I don't want to talk about Biden. I want to talk about fun stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, one more, and then we'll start. The good stuff, guys. So you still have time to hit like and subscribe, and make sure to share this video because
oh my goodness,
this is going to be a good show. Okay, here we go. Deacon,
be sure
Deacon
and like and
posted.
subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. I mean, shill. I have to shill. What is this, Deacon? Invasive Joro spiders continue to spread?
Have you not heard about the Joro spiders?
I haven't. I don't know anything about this.
Okay, so these spiders, you'll have to let me pull the article up so that I can actually read it.
Sure, yeah.
Because I remember these last year, and I actually read a story here on the radio about these.
Is this like the spider version of the murder hornet or something?
No, actually, they look really nasty there, don't they? And
yeah, it looks gross.
Joro spiders are native to Asia, with their range extending from northern India up to Korea. The name comes from Joro Gumo, a mythical creature from Japanese folklore that shapeshifts from a giant spider into a beautiful woman to ensnare young men. So this invasive species is now in America, these Joro spiders, and they have been coming up from the southern U.S. They first arrived in Georgia about a decade ago, and they think they hitched a ride on a ship, like most of these. In the early fall, their webs are big and hard to miss, they say. This spider female Joros are very colorful. Mature females are bright yellow, dark blue stripes, and red marks underneath. The females can be as large as almost 3 inches across with their legs fully extended. Look, can you see the goosebumps that just popped up on my arm when I said,
oh, yeah? You don't like spiders?
I'm not a spider fan. I've gotten more. I don't have arachnophobia, but I've.
Oh my God! What a great movie! What a great movie! Arachnophobia.
As I've gotten older, I've gotten better at arachnophobia.
Okay.
Or not my arachnophobia, but my fear of spiders. I'm okay with them as long as they stay the hell over there. I'm cool with them, and that's why. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I say I'm not afraid of spiders, but I am cautious about like the ones that I really don't recognize, because I'm always concerned it's a brown recluse, because we got brown recluses here
we do too.
in Texas, and those things will just, like, I don't know, bite you a little bit and then rot your entire body off.
Yeah, they will, and they will like, you could reach up in the cabinet and get a cup and bring it down, and they'll jump out of the damn cup. My brother had one bite him on the face near his eye up here while he was sleeping in his bed.
Oh yeah,
and it didn't like rot anything away, thank God. But I've seen.
I actually think we get bit by spiders pretty frequently in our sleep in certain parts of the year, but there are the little ones. So like my wife and I wake up like twice a year. It'll happen to be like for a couple of weeks, and there'll just be like a sore spot on your head where it feels like you got bit.
Yeah.
When I was in the 4th grade, okay, I'm going back now, like, I don't know, like 35 years. 4th grade, Mrs. Elk rode the school bus, She was my fourth grade teacher, and occasionally would ride the school bus and drop the kids off and stuff. Mrs. Elk had pet tarantulas in her classroom, a little case, and she would take it off, and it would crawl over her arm and stuff. And I was always like, ah. Now I'm not spider friendly enough to just let them crawl on me, but that was always awesome.
No, thank you.
Yeah. It impressed me enough that I remember 35 years later Mrs. Elk's name and the little creepy dude. Anyway, so what's up with these things other than they kind of look scary? Because the ones that are bright and vivid, they're not really the most dangerous ones. Right, it's the ones that are like,
yeah. And so these are big and they're scary, and their webs are kind of a goldeny color. So you're going to see a goldeny, and they say that they've gone maybe about 150 miles in about a decade. So it's a slow migration north, but they think they could eventually go up the East Coast, but they don't, they're not really, I'm trying to find here in the article where it talks about what they're not dangerous to us. Last year, researchers began cataloging the items that spiders trapped in their webs. They know that they will take yellow jackets, brown stink bugs. They eat the freaking stink bugs. Jesus Christ, come on down, Joro spiders. God,
right. And you know what else they did? They inspire. They're not only helpful by getting rid of pests and vermin and things like that. They inspire great art, Deacon.
Well,
great art, like in the new gay Spider-Man.
Oh, is that the Joro spider?
It's a new. Look, it's black and yellow. I'm sure it was inspired by
Spider-Man or Iron Fist.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man. No, that's Spider-Man. He's got a little frill around his collar.
Gay Spider-Man and its Edge of the Spider-Verse comic series. Okay, whatever.
You didn't know about that? Okay.
No, I did not.
All right.
Spider-Verse, okay. There's a million in there, it's. So yeah, the Joro spider is supposed to be. I remember reading about it last year, and I thought, "Oh, this is interesting." And I read about it on my radio station, and they're supposed to. Yeah, they were trapping stink bugs. I knew that they got one, but they also said that these spiders also have. They found that they get honeybees and bumblebees and stuff like that. So that's not good. Yeah, that presents the invasive species question that we always get when something like that happens.
We need bumblebees, so kill those spiders, burn them, get rid of them. We need bumblebees.
Do you guys in Texas have kudzu vines down there? The green
I'm not sure.
Kudzu vine. It's a vine that just completely takes over everything. It's got green leaves that are kind of triangly like leaves. I
don't know.
You will see them on the side of the road. There won't be any trees or bushes or anything. It's all kudzu vines that has uncovered everything. And they came over from Japan, and they have invaded. They're over here in Western Kentucky, pretty prevalent. You can drive around and see it, and you will pass by areas where you're like, I know those are trees, but it's completely like somebody draped, like they bought it at Walmart and just draped it over all the trees is what it looks like. It's weird.
All right. I'm going to take this morning. I'm going to acknowledge, because it's important to me that I acknowledge everybody watching on rumble.com. There's 4 people watching right now, including Wobbly Bits. Wobbly Bits, I see your comments, sir. So good morning. And he says good morning to other dads. I am. This is called a segue. Real quick, we're going to segue. But if you haven't already, go to rumble.com and hit subscribe and like and follow, because we need you over there. Otherwise, you won't be able to hear from us soon. Okay, we're gonna pivot a little bit. We got spiders. We got Spider-Man. We got Spider-Man with frills, and we got other Marvel news.
It's weird,
Deacon.
JJ.
I know. No, it's Werewolf Wednesday. We're working our way to Werewolf Wednesday.
That's right.
Yeah. So we talked last week, I think, about I think it's Bassam Tariq. I don't know, leaving the Blade movie, and the let me make sure I got his name right. I don't want to. Yeah, it is Bassam Tariq. Oh, my memory is amazing. And there was this story last week about. Was it last week? It was September. Yeah, September 29th. So maybe 2 weeks ago. there was a story that IGN posted about Marshala Ali reportedly kind of frustrated with the Blade movie. The fact that the script is like 90 pages long and only has 2 fight scenes for Blade, the vampire hunter. So a little bit of frustration. Bassam Tariq leaving the project due to scheduling. Right. Nobody believes that, sir. So we got disgruntled employees. We got disgruntled directors. And now you put this story over. So I'm going to bring this up now. Apparently the Blade movie is on hold. Marvel pushed pause on Blade. There is not a project that Marvel could be doing right now that would be more of a cash cow than a Blade movie if they did it right.
Kidding. Thank you very much. Good
This
God.
This is a dollar bill printing machine.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was just fixing to say that the Blade franchise is like a money-making machine. Why? I don't understand why they haven't. It was their rights or something that they were messing with for all those years. Because I don't understand why you're not devoting 1,000% into this. You know, why you're not getting
this should be like top priority, especially following Marvel Phase 4, aka the snooze fest phase of the Marvel.
And the legacy. Fact that Wesley Snipes was a freaking icon in that role.
Bring back Wesley Snipes. I will watch a 50-something-year-old Wesley Snipes Blade.
But here's the cool thing. Wesley Snipes and that role is one of those roles that over the years we have been like, that role is so-and-so's role, and no one else can ever play that role good enough than Wesley Snipes. You know, it's like that Jack Nicholson Joker argument for a long time. Wesley Snipes is Blade in a period, and you can't do it. And when they announced, what's his name, Ali, for this, no one was upset. Everyone was like,
everybody was like, hey, that'd be cool.
Yep, that'd be good.
He was good in Luke Cage. That otherwise wasn't very good show.
Says something about the fan base and the casting selection. So why are they doing this to this movie? I don't understand.
Deacon, let me pitch you an alternate strategy that they should have done. Right, and this is like you only have to have like 3 brain cells to come up with this one. Okay, here it comes. Marvel, Kevin Feige, bring back Blade. Bring back Wesley Snipes as Blade. It's now been 20 years, and oh my God, he has a son.
Why not? Or a daughter.
New character, no obligation to existing license rights. Derivative character. Marvel gets to own it all forever. And Marshala Ali and Wesley Snipes in the same movie. You guys screwed this up so hard.
Why are they not pulling it in with this Werewolf by Night mess and Elsa Bloodstone?
I don't know.
And all this stuff in here. Anyway. Why? I mean, I don't understand why you don't. It seems like you've realized that mixing all this crap together is people like it.
Yeah. Right. All right. So Blade movie is on pause, but hey, Deacon, that's not all. Did you know? Not only is Marvel pausing the Blade movie, Marvel's also pausing Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four, and a bunch of other stuff. What's up, Marvel? You guys can't do your job right now. Disney announced Tuesday that 6 movies, Blade, Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four, Avengers Secret Wars, and 2 untitled projects have their release dates pushed back. What's going on? They're maybe the House of Mouse is trying to get their stuff in order. I have little confidence that is the fact, but anyway, okay. Here we go. I do have to wait for Deacon to come back. So everybody, let me check the chat real quick while Deacon comes back, because it is time. Mr. E, where are the werewolves? Hey, I can't open the show with that stuff. You got to tease it out. You got to make it, enticing. You gotta be like, keep them on edge. Let's see. Jeremy says the top priority for Marvel should be shirking off woke politics and turning their focus into good writing. Yeah, I mean, who's against good writing? Nobody. Everybody should be for good writing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, he's on the mic. He's got to get off the mic. Guys, while you're here, share, like. Let's grow this thing. We're actually every day on my phone for the last couple of days. I've been getting notification, new follower on Rumble, and the Rumble. I don't know what the hell they're called. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I just don't know what I'm doing. But the Rumbles are going up. It went from like 600 to like 700 to like 800. So we're getting traction over there. The anticipation is killing me, and he is just talking on the mic. Let's see. Did I have any other stories that I wanted to cover real quick while he's doing that? Oh, yeah. Let's do this real quick. And by the time I'm done, we'll do the werewolf stuff. So, Deacon posted this up yesterday. This is from bleedingcool.com. Bleeding Cool is a comic book news website that you should not really go to because it's usually covered in all kinds of ads. But apparently a Hulk and Daredevil actor is suspected of stealing Golden Age comics. 2 weeks ago, Southern Comics California Comic Shop posted the following appeal. Quote, "We are forced to make a change in the store's accountability. As most of you know, we have dealt with a burglary attempt, a costly burglary, and consistent shoplifting. Try as we might, the shoplifting continues despite all of our security upgrades. If this is a continued example of rampant crime and theft that seems to have begun with the pandemic, we want off the victim train. We now have to post a guard at a comic book store. We now have to post a guard at the most sensitive portion of the store, the older back issues, where whenever that area is occupied by customers. We simply cannot afford not to. I'm posting this announcement to let my customers know that we have to do what we have to do in these stressful times for business. Also, we get very infrequent social network posts that complain about our tough stance on protecting our inventory. This post is my polite attempt to get in front of the future customers that respond with hostility to seem to reject the everyday news stories that tell the countryside tales of the stress on the backs of business." Anyway, so if this guy looks familiar, so it turns out this guy may be, where's the name? Do they have the name? Did they name it? They said he's an actor in Hulk. Ray Buffer. Ray Buffer as an actor who appeared in TV shows Eat the Rich, GameStop Saga, The Invisible Pilot, WWE Evil, and The West Wing, and earlier in Hulk and Daredevil movies, often playing a security guard. So this guy stole, shoving a stack of Golden Age comics under his shirt. Wow, Ray Buffer.
You don't think you're going to get caught doing that? I don't understand that in today's society. 20 years ago, maybe. 30 years ago, maybe. But today there's cameras everywhere.
I'm a distinguished man, and also I shoved comics up my shirt. All right, Ray. Good job, Ray. All right, that's sad. Okay, Deacon. It's time. It's time, sir. First of all, I know that you haven't seen Werewolf by Night yet. I know you will watch it soon. Everybody that has seen it loves it. It's great. But you have, I don't know, maybe not. Where did the stuff go? So, you mentioned the other day on Monday, on our Monster Movie Monday, you mentioned American Werewolf in London. And yeah, and I said I don't think I've ever seen that, and I don't know if I have seen it. Maybe I'd seen pieces of it, but I had I am fond of the sequel, American Werewolf in Paris. Last night after work and on my way home, I've watched American Werewolf in London, and let me say, first of all, yes, very good movie, very good movie. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but first of all. It's got, I do think the sequel is better, but it came out 20 years later, so whatever.
Okay.
This came out in 1981.
Right. I mean, the sequel probably is better, and I saw it as a kid, and those parts were ingrained in my head. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of, it is the stuff of imagination and amazingness, because in 1981, it stars two characters, Jack and David. They're on a backpacking adventure through Europe, and they're in England in some gloomy, whatever, place in England. They stop for the night in a little town to try to get some eat or drink or whatever, and they're met by these super hostile remote villagers, and then they're like, the people are like, get out of our pub, and they get out of the pub and then immediately are like attacked by a werewolf, and Jack dies and David gets scratched, and he wakes up 3 weeks later and is now in a process of becoming a werewolf. He wakes up 3 weeks later because he was unconscious for 3 weeks. How convenient for the story that then it would be over the next course of the next few days, he would be turning into a werewolf by now
the next full moon.
This is a R-rated movie. It has
nudity.
We'll say it's got the nudities. It's good. Got some humor. I like that Jack returns as a decomposing ghost. Hilarious. And they have the same gag in the sequel. But boy, does that movie end on a bummer. That movie does not end fun.
No.
So
it's good.
So if you haven't already, there's obviously other great werewolf movies, but Werewolf by Night is the one from Marvel, Disney right now. You can go back and check out American Werewolf series. There's some others. Underworld, if you haven't ever watched Underworld, Deacon, Underworld is vampires versus
I loved the Underworld when they came out. I don't know if I've seen all of them because they ended up making a bunch, but I really liked it, and I liked the story that was going on with the Underworld stuff. I thought it was interesting. I like stuff like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Underworld was written in an era where you could make an excuse to put a beautiful woman in tight spandex clothes and get her to film doing action scenes, and it was okay.
That was an era where you could film a vampire farting for 3 hours and people would buy it. Now,
Deacon, I have a question for you. Oh, he keeps going on the mic. That's okay. It's fine. I'll wait till he comes back. This is such a cock tease here. So, Underworld. Do you guys have any other favorite werewolf movies? There's like The Howling. I think I remember watching Silver Bullet when I was a kid. What else? Obviously Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is a great werewolf movie. Totally. So werewolf movies can have like a bunch of different genres and stuff. Okay. Are you back, Deacon?
Right. I'm back.
Are you back? All right. Deacon, I have a question for you.
42.
That's not the answer. Here's the question.
That's the ultimate.
What is a werewolf?
A werewolf is I've got a phone call.
Oh, God, come on, people. All right. Don't worry. That's not the gag. Don't worry. It's still coming. That's just a gag. All right. So what is a werewolf? We know, obviously, from the movies that we watched that it involves like some hairy monsters, some disgusting hairy monsters. But let's see what Deacon has to say about it. Okay.
All
Deacon,
right.
come on. What's a werewolf? What is a werewolf saying?
A werewolf is someone who identifies as a werewolf. Only a werewolf knows what a werewolf is. I think
Deacon sniffs my jokes, and he doesn't have any idea. Go ahead.
Do you think you're a werewolf?
No, I don't think I'm a werewolf.
Okay, well, what if I think I'm a werewolf?
Oh, okay. All right.
No. Are you being serious? Okay. I'm being an ass.
For a minute. Let's be serious. What's a werewolf?
Okay. A werewolf to me is a werewolf is someone that is cursed with the curse lycanthropy.
Okay.
And
you got like D&D knowledge. They got werewolves in D&D.
It's like a lycanthropic curse. In D&D, it can be a million different things. It can be a curse or but most of the time it's a curse. It's like you get scratched, or drink.
It's like an STD kind of
water of a wolf. So there's all kinds of different ways. But a werewolf is someone that was cursed with lycanthropy and can change back and forth between a human, a wolf, and a human wolf hybrid. The hybrid is what makes the werewolf. And in D&D, there's all kinds of where whatever freaking animal that you can think of. Where spider, where everything. So a werewolf is, yeah. But I mean, a more non D&D definition, werewolf. Yeah, it's the guy that can turn into a half wolf, half man, and comes out on the full moon. Only changes on the full moon. Can't control it. Doesn't remember things.
Okay. So,
all the common definitions is what you think of as a werewolf is what I think
we got a little supercut over here of werewolves
from Underworld
transforming. So
and
werewolves
those are pretty
were
good
like
transformations.
Yeah, those are really good ones.
Still holds up to this day.
The one in American Werewolf in London is like 10 minutes long. And it's like let's get every inch of rubber from Rick Plastic and not Rick Plastic, Rick
Baker.
Rick Baker, and just like stretch this scene out. So in werewolves in like European folklore were a man who turns into a wolf at night and then eats animals or people or corpses and then returns to a human during the day, right? And sometimes they can change. Sometimes they can transform at will, and other times they're just like bound by the moon. And people all over the world have believed in werewolves. It's but that's not the only kind of werewolf. Like that's like the folklore, like historical type of werewolf, right?
Right.
Then there are two different medical conditions that you could consider werewolf, right? One
the hairy face people.
Yeah, so
used to be in the freak shows.
Well, sideshows. We're not going to call them.
If they were called freak shows back in the day. I'm not calling them. They were freak shows back then. That's how.
So there is a medical disease called hypertrichosis.
Yeah,
where basically this could be part of the origins of the myth, right?
Like right.
Hundreds of years ago, also had this condition, and the villagers would be like, I don't know what to do, but this dude looks like a werewolf.
What would you think? I mean, yeah, and I'm not that by any means, but I'm one of these people that can grow hair almost everywhere, but the very top of my head, everywhere else in my body. So I mean, when your hair, gosh, I wonder if that hair is like on their face and up here.
It's everywhere.
I wonder if it's
it depends.
I wonder if it's the coarse whisker hair like that we have. That's not the head hair. Head
some
hair
of
and
it
whisker
looks
hair are
tough.
two different types of hairs.
Oh yeah, for sure. You got to put some.
I have to put like lotion and oils and stuff. Yeah.
All right. So that's one, hypertrichosis. Another one obviously is it's lycanthropy.
Lycanthropy.
Right? Which is
lycanthropy.
Well, hold on. Yeah, lycanthropy. That's what I mean. Lycanthropy, which is a kind of mental disorder that allows the victim suffering it to have the delusion or the dysphoric belief that they are a werewolf. Okay, and I actually
Do you think this one's a made up one over the years that this one's been made up? That this condition is like that these people really don't think they're werewolves. They're just freaking crazy.
The only thing I can tell you is that I have some video evidence of werewolves. Look at that. It's a werewolf in the wild right there.
In the woods howling.
That's a werewolf.
And I'm supposed to call that a werewolf? Oh, because he identifies as a werewolf?
That's okay. That one's not convincing for you. I got another one for you.
Okay, all right. A real werewolf sighting?
A real werewolf on film.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, we live in the modern era. People have cell phones.
Cameras
If there's a werewolf, you're going to catch him.
Yeah.
You're going to catch him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here we go. Is it this one? Let me make sure that
I might be shaving my goatee soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what they need to play.
Oh, look at this. It's a real werewolf. Look at it. It's running through the woods. Oh, my God. It's a werewolf. This is Naya Okami, and
I don't need to know anymore. If you're fixing to tell me anything else about this video, I don't need to know.
Let me tell you, you do not want that thing to bite you. You don't want to catch that disease.
You have your video has that werewolf video messed up the timing of your video now.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, because to me you're not talking.
Oh no, that's awful. Well, hopefully it resumes.
I don't want to.
I am talking. I can.
All
right, everybody else can hear me.
Mouth
I think
doesn't match up.
That's
with the video.
Weird. All right. Well, then just listen to my beautiful words.
Close my eyes.
That's not all the kinds of werewolves there are, Deacon. There's more kinds of werewolves.
Okay.
All right.
Even more.
Get this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. World War II. In World War II, werewolf was a Nazi plan to create a resistance force that would operate behind the enemy lines. Nazis had werewolf super soldiers, sir.
I've never heard this this one. So what was it? Just to get them behind enemy lines, soldiers behind enemy lines, and have them like
Nazis had werewolf soldiers behind enemy lines that advanced in parallel behind the Wehrmacht fighting in the front lines. I see that you're not taking this seriously.
I don't think that it's real. But that's really interesting, though. I'm interested in all that kind of stuff. That's interesting.
So, well, first of all, we live now. We have no idea what really happened in the past. You were never in World War II Germany. I wasn't. There could be stuff that happened out there that you just wouldn't believe. And Nazi werewolves could be part of that. But now get this. I have a strong suspicion that the United States government is working on
werewolf soldiers.
Werewolf soldiers, or maybe like were-person soldiers, not werewolf per se. Were-person.
Thank you.
So like if a werewolf is like a person that transforms into a wolf. What if we had persons that transformed into different kind of persons?
Would they be were?
I'd say were-person.
Were-person?
Yeah, like a were-person, like a man that transforms into a woman, but is still required by the United States government to sign up for selective service and be part of our army. So yeah, I don't
understand why women are not made to do this either now. Like this women should have been made to do this in the 90s. We're in 2022. All right. And I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying fair's fair equals equal. This is obviously
we're all the same. There's no biological difference between men and women.
Man. Why do I have to sign up for this at 18 and she doesn't at 18?
Well, now
you can do just as good a job as me, if not better, in most of the time. So I don't understand why.
Now the were-person women do have to enlist so that the United States can have these kind of super soldiers.
Did you just make a new term, JJ? That's going to get us banned from YouTube.
I know. I know it. I know it's going to happen. Okay. So the policy of the draft has been in effect for like ever. The selective service requirement requires that men between the ages of 18 and 25 are registered for service. The selective service, actually, the government sent a message out recently that said, parents, if your son is an only son and the last male in your family to carry the family name, he is still required to register with the SSS, the Selective Service System.
The what, JJ? Oh, my God. Did you say, oh, my God. I'm offended.
Yeah. See, some people think that these are were women, but I think it's just, I think it's a were person.
Don't assume.
I don't want to assume the gender. So the way the law is written, this whole like selective service thing, I think the law says something like male persons between the ages of 18 and 25. So, you can what is a woman people all day long, and you get half the country can't tell you what a woman is, but everybody can tell you what a man is, because he's gonna have to go out there and bleed and die for the United States of America. What a great, how can we, I know we're on the brink of war in Russia, in Ukraine. Wait until the United States boots hit the ground and we start deploying these maybe weapons of mass destruction, these super soldier persons.
You want to get us banned from YouTube, don't you? You need to just move on to the next story.
I'm just pushing the envelope. Pushing the envelope.
No, you're not pushing the envelope. You're pushing the nuclear bomb. Is what you're
doing.
I
know it.
It's not
I
an
know.
envelope.
There's gonna be.
If it's an envelope.
There's gonna be
it's an envelope full of nuclear bombs. Is what you're doing.
All right. Okay. All right. That's going to be our segment of what is a werewolf.
I have to give you kudos.
I'm so pleased with myself. I
can see you giggling like a little schoolgirl the whole time you were making that yesterday to yourself. You're just like, this is gonna be so funny.
I was like, how can I set these stories up that I can, that I can get
you
to this?
Worked on that. I hope I didn't mess it up.
Yes, effort.
That was nice.
No,
good job.
No, you know what messed it up? your radio job. You just stopped.
No, I'm sorry. I'm like,
answering the phone. I'm like, oh my God, I was trying to do this 30 minutes ago.
He wants to request Hank Senior that I forgot to play. I got to get a Hank Senior song now.
All right. Let's see. We got this other. So this is like MCU. I should have covered this a minute ago. I'm just gonna cover this real quick. You had this story in here, the Werewolf by Night, which, by the way, legitimately a fun little retro kind of film on Disney Plus. Apparently, Werewolf by Night had an Easter egg for Thor: Love and Thunder, which I've seen, and it's not good.
I liked it. It was cute.
Right.
It was campy. It is what it was supposed to be. It was.
I'm going to remind you that in that movie, Thor was actually the bad guy and Gore was the good guy.
I know that Gore was the good guy. I like
Gore was the good guy. It's a stupid movie.
I've always liked Magneto. I never thought Magneto was wrong. Some of the things that he's done is wrong, but his overall philosophy is based on his environment. Him and Professor X thought the same thing, but they were completely different because of the environments they grew up in. Professor X grew up on a pillow, and Magneto did not. Magneto saw what could happen, the true what could happen, and Professor X didn't. He was shielded from it. And
Magneto may have even seen some of those
was the good one saying Magneto was a product of his environment. And that Gore was a product of his environment. I can't say that if my daughter died in front of me and my God that I had worshipped did that same crap, that I wouldn't have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing.
Well, in Thor: Love and Thunder, Jane Foster tries to stop a dad from saving his daughter. That's what happens.
If you hadn't watched Thor: Love and Thunder yet, sorry, I spoiled it for you.
Yeah, right. Oh well. So I don't know what the Easter egg is here, but
it's on the wall.
In the wall of Love and Thunder. Why didn't they post a picture of it?
No, it's where's this story at? They did. You gotta
do I have to go to the tweet? Oh, here.
You gotta look at the tweet.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is so in the intro of Werewolf by Night, and this is no spoilers, it basically starts at Jack Russell arriving at the Bloodstone compound to do the hunt. And they don't really explain that. It's like elevator door opens and he walks in. And he walks into this room and it's got like accoutrement of hunting and stuff all over the room. Apparently there's a glyph on the wall, a painting on the wall where... Now this is cute because in this image you can see that these things are fighting Gore. You can tell it's Gore because he has these kind of tentacle things on the back of his head.
It's the cover of stupid website and all the damn pictures. Good God. You can't even look at it with all the damn pictures loading.
This is Thor, a cover to, I think it was Mighty Thor at the time.
I don't remember
Thor, God of Thunder. It was Thor, God of Thunder. I actually have.
Do you have it? Back there on the wall.
I got, oh my gosh. I have both Thor, God of Thunder Volume 1, which is the God Butcher. This is a great book. Jason Aaron wrote this. He is otherwise a piece of shit human being, but this is a good story. And
there's a bunch of those that I'm like, yeah, I like this comic book, but other than that, he's a piece of crap.
And you know, the movie didn't really. It wasn't really. I mean, well, if Thor: Love and Thunder,
you
sucked,
wanted to
go read this comic. This is a good comic. I don't like this guy
movie, didn't you? You didn't want it.
To be honest,
you wanted it more realistic.
Honest, I wanted the follow-up God Bomb, which has 3 Thors from different points in time in the same movie.
They had
young Thor before he even got Mjolnir. You have, the Thor we've always known in the comic book era, and then you have God King Thor, who has one arm from the Destroyer and is at the end of time.
That would have been awesome. But JJ, the agenda is freaking. We can't keep Chris Hemsworth forever. All right, his paycheck keeps going up. And we can't keep this forever. We just can't. So he's wanting to do other stuff, and we have to move on. So how are we going to do that? We can do that by attempting to change the story and add this love, thunder, whatever. But we could also kind of tell the God Butcher story at the same time. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I was sharing the screen. I messed up. I was just talking to you. So here's the image from the interior of the kind of walk into the Werewolf by Night scene, and there is a couple of guys fighting this creature, and you can see it has the tentacles on its head, and it looks like they actually cut his arm off.
Mm-hmm.
And then here is kind of a similar image of Thor cutting the arm off of Gore. The actual Gore from the comic did have the tentacle things.
Yeah. He looks different in the comics.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that was one thing about the movie that I will agree. I wish they would have made him look more.
Okay. All right. This is the last.
He would look like Ebony Maw then? Is that why they didn't do that? Because he would look like Ebony Maw?
No, they didn't want him to look like Voldemort. That was the whole reason.
Oh, Voldemort. Because of the
They should have made him. They should have done it anyway. Get over it. Harry Potter was like 20 years ago.
I agree. All right.
So this is the last thing, and it is related to
little Easter egg there that you would have never noticed if you wasn't a comic nerd. Now, I didn't notice until I had to read the story.
So this story is from the 10th, so 2 days ago, and it is from Bounding Into Comics. Thor: Love and Thunder Stark.
I've heard other people say this that's been in Marvel movies. I've said this. I've heard them say the same thing.
This is why American Werewolf in London, and maybe even one in Paris, and some of the older ones, they had physical plastic, physical rubber, like prosthetics that even if you look at it, you're like, that's fake. And also it looks amazing.
Yeah.
You know, they're doing all this stuff now with volume CGI where you're in this room and it's got the scene projected on the wall, or it's all green screen and they're all doing it After Effects, and it's got no life to it. It doesn't, like, it can look technically real and it doesn't look substantially real.
That's why when viewers. You can watch a movie from the 50s or 60s and you will say to yourself, the acting, they were better actors back then. Well, they were having to actually act with each other. And they're not acting to a tennis ball.
Yeah. Well, and yes. And imagine what it's like for the actor in the room. Like back then, it would be like, oh, here's a guy in a tin can with like some plastic rubber arms or whatever, or here's that guy in a rubber foam suit and he can only move like this much, but at least there's something there and you can kind of like get into the moment. Whereas Christian Bale, one of the probably greatest actors of this generation.
Oh, he's great.
And he's got to be like, it's like 10 minutes till lunch. I'm covered in this green suit. The whole room is green. My eyes hurt, and there's ping pong balls, and I've got to bring the thespian right now. I can't get into it. So Thor Love and Thunder star Christian Bale says that Marvel's over-reliance on green screens has made filming feel like the definition of monotony. This is a guy who probably doesn't care if he gets another Marvel job, I think.
No, I don't think he has to worry about that.
Let's see.
Yes. He's a great actor.
The storied actor first broached the topic of the film after being asked by the outlet's senior staff writer, Zach Baron, what drew him to Thor Love and Thunder, to which Bale recalled, I was like, this looks like an intriguing character. I might be able to do something with this. Who knows? And I liked Ragnarok. Hello, I liked Ragnarok. I took my son to see Ragnarok. He was climbing like a monkey all across the seats, and then he was like, "Oh, I've had enough now. Let's get on." I was like, "No, wait." I was just like, I want to finish it. So he liked Thor Ragnarok, and then he was in Thor Love and Thunder. So even Christian Bale, even storied actor, living legend Christian Bale is disabused by the modern Marvel MCU misery. All right. Well, guys, I hope you had fun this morning. I hope you had a good time. I hope that you what do we want? It's Wednesday. It's October. I mean, maybe we can do some more stuff to get into like spooky month. Mr. E says that Christian Bale liked that mouse money. Hey, gotta pay rent, right? It's better than working.
Yeah.
Manuel Osorio says, and YouTube says, quote, strike 3 permaban thanks to Deacon's Freak Show comment. Has anyone seen this show on History Channel called Freak Show? Have you seen that?
I don't. Maybe I was always in kind of infatuated with that kind of stuff. I might have. I don't know. Me and Kendra have watched several things on carnivals and freaks, and
there
and
was
from back in the day, and how that used to be a point of how those one of the only ways that those people could make a living, and how they kind of faded off. How that was it's a forgotten part of history that we'll never have again, but we still kind of have that today. We still kind of have modern day freak shows.
I've never seen this freak show. I do remember it was probably like 8 years ago now. There was some sort of a show on like a Discovery or like a Netflix or something, and it was about this little shop in New York that had these curiosities. So they would have stuff from like the turn of the century, like old medical.
Like I've seen that. You
know what I'm talking about?
Exact TV show,
and the people on the show were real characters. They were like,
they dressed up
greater than middle age. They were in their late 40s, 50s, and they were dressing like, I don't know. Yeah, a little bit like that. And they'd walk around with these little glass bottles of like bones or like, old medical equipment and they basically, it was like Pawn Stars, except it was like kind of creepy
creepy
type stuff.
oddity type store.
Oddities, yeah. Maybe it was called
There
Oddities.
was there was an HBO show that only ran a couple of seasons a long time ago, like 20 years ago, probably, called Carnival.
And it was on the nose.
It was about I did what?
You hit it on the nose. You said oddities, and that was the right word. That hit that pulled the memory lever for me. This is the show Oddities, and it had let's see.
Yeah, so that girl.
Her, and you can see this is like an older chick. They'd have people doing stunts like swallowing swords, and just some, like, you can tell these guys they put a lot of thought into their image. So,
what? You don't like the sideburn?
But you hear in the background, see, like, you got like a stuffed alligator, and you got like old just kind of old stuff. Anyway, they bought and sold these kind of weird oddities. It was a little shop I think in New York. Okay. And let's see. Jeremy doesn't think that Gore was the good guy. He was a murderous bigot. He blamed all gods for the cruelty of one. That's true in the comic book. That's true. And that's kind of what his character said in the movie. But when you get to the end of the movie and you are peeling away his core motivation. Yeah, he picked up the sword. He said, all gods must die. But when you get to the end of the movie, his core motivation is revealed. He's trying to get to eternity and he wants his daughter back. That's a dad trying to get his girl back. And you know what? I would kill all those gods too. If my daughter was murdered by somebody and there was like a bunch of pretend gods drinking wine and grapes in the way, F every one of those. I would kill everyone to get my girl back.
Gore wasn't a good guy
He's a
either.
good
Gore
guy.
was a murderous. Hang on. What did that
Oh,
say?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Gore wasn't the good guy either. Gore was a murderous bigot. He blamed all the gods for the cruelty of one. Jeremy, do you have kids?
He does not.
Okay, then you don't know.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you, that's all I'm going to say.
If you're a dad and you watch Thor: Love and Thunder, Gore's the good guy. That's all. Strike 4, were person. Yeah, I'm on a roll. We were on a roll today. Let's see. To do a vampire segment. Oh, a vampire segment. I can imagine it now. I steal my wife's makeup and I do like mascara around my eyes. Deacon? Should we do like a vampire day where we both goth out and like dress up like vampires?
Oh my God, no. Are you crazy?
No? Okay.
This is about as far as the werewolf segment I'm getting. Actually, when I don't shave for like 2 or 3 days, this is 2 days of not shaving.
Yeah. You guys see Deacon do No Shave November, and he'll be like, he'll look like a billy goat, a hillbilly billy goat.
I joked one day on the air. I think it was like November the 22nd, and my little co-host was there, and they were talking about No Shave November. And I was like, I could start No Shave November right now and beat all of you in this room. And that's just how I am. I could grow your beard in 2 weeks. Easy.
Oh, Deacon, let me ask you, what dude wears a salmon-colored tie-dye shirt?
A dude it's not salmon, to be honest with you. It's orange, and it's got I guess that is salmon. Well, the tie-dyed, but you will see it says Marshall County Band. Both of my 2 of my 5 children are in the Marshall County Marching Marshall Band, the same band that I was in high school. One of my sons actually plays the same drum position that I played. I am a band dad. I pull and push shit off the field. I load and unload the semi truck. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I do all this crap. Dude. I'm a chaperone every freaking
No. Deacon.
So I'm wearing my children's shirt. That's what kind of guy wears a salmon-colored tie-dye shirt. A guy that supports his children.
You have fulfilled your life's dream. You are a roadie, dude.
Dude, I can remember when I was younger in the band. When I was in the band, it might not be big where y'all are coming from, and it's not as big as it was today. But back in my day, we had about 300 people on the field that marched and played and twirled flags and stuff, and we won everything. And we were recognized by the President of the United States. We were recognized, we were one of the only 2 continental bands that was chosen to go to freaking Hawaii to march. We marched in a numerous Rose Bowl and passed, all kinds of accolades that our band has gotten over the years. So it was a big deal. So my dad did all that bullshit for me. So I do it. I'm a roadie.
All right.
That's what kind of dad wears a salmon color shirt. I think it's funny. He's trying to pick at me, and I got you.
Yeah. So I just pulled up my email real quick just to check, and I had an email from YouTube, and I was like, oh God, already?
Already done with the show.
Yeah, I know. No, but we're safe. And
does it look salmon?
And
it's
then
supposed to be orange.
Yeah, and then Jeremy objected to the not have kids, don't have an opinion about Thor thing. It's not really that. It's just that.
No, it's not that. You can have your opinion. Your opinion's just fucking wrong. Because Gore made his decision based on something that you have no knowledge of.
You can
wrong based on your environment, and your environment came from a different than his environment or my environment.
Allow me to soften it down just a little, Deacon. Yeah,
me and your brother don't get along.
Actually, no.
That's why I don't read the chat.
I know. I know. You can intellectually know that, like, oh, once you become a dad, you have different motivations and it changes you. Okay, I intellectually accept that. When it happens, you're actually like, no, this is very different.
Hey, you know what?
This is very different. Entire
If
life changes.
where was that initial comment?
Oh,
Gore,
don't dig on.
Gore
Oh,
wasn't
yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
guy. Gore was a murderous bigot. He blamed all the gods for the cruelty of one. Okay. What?
Yeah, hold on.
What's any
No,
different than any fucking person throughout the history of humans? Because I can name you a billion that did the same.
Let's dig into just a little bit of that. Okay, think about the rest of the gods in the movie. Okay, yeah, there was the one guy at the beginning that, you know, was choking Gore and like whatever. Okay,
Right.
that guy, that what a dick. And then later in the movie, we have Thor, who we've been following for over 10 years. And despite the fact that he has earned the favor of his father, gone around the universe, saved all life and mankind, got fat, drank beer, couldn't deal with breaking up a relationship. Even him, he should have grown as a character over the last 10 years, and he barely squeaks by. And then you have Jane Foster, who isn't a god, but she's running around trying to get in between Gore and his kid. And you have all of those people at the City of the Gods. You had Hercules, and no, Hercules is a teaser at the end. We had Zeus and a bunch of other dum-dums. And Thor and Jane Foster and Valkyrie are there, and they're like, please help us. And every one of them are like, nah, I'm good.
All
We're good.
the gods for the cruelty of one. You're exactly right. When Thor and them go in there to where all those gods are, what do? We don't give a shit. We don't care.
F them. So we're good here.
Was Gore the bad guy?
All suck. Yeah,
huh?
No. He was right.
He was right.
Gore was right. Okay.
All right. Hey,
we are we're on the verge of no longer being entertaining, so we need to cut this up and get going. All right, thanks guys for watching. We are so glad you were here. Be back tomorrow. It's gonna be the best show ever. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be better than this. All right, where's my outro? Is this it? Here it is. Outro.